Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with CarrieVee. I am CarrieVee, your biggest fan, the person who believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. And this podcast is all about communication, leadership, and you living the best life that you can possibly live. We are talking about bioidentical hormones. This has been a series that we are doing. What does that have to do with communication and leadership? Everything. I am a leader, I am a communicator, I am a connector, and I am on a journey of bioidentical hormone replacement therapy after years of feeling like I was going crazy, literally feeling like my life was falling apart and I didn't know how to fix it. I was doing everything I knew to do to live a healthy life, tracking macros, lifting heavier weights or trying to lift heavier weights, drinking enough water, managing my stress, getting enough sleep, but I couldn't sleep. Once I got in bed, I would wake up and I would be awake for hours and hours and hours at a time. I was trying to do everything right. I worked with many physicians who were helping me from a natural standpoint. I was supplementing. I was doing everything. I was trying everything. And I found myself getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Now, as a leader and as a communicator and as a connector, I'm going to bring this story out there. I don't feel that enough people are talking about it. Certainly more people are talking about it, more and more and more. And yet a lot of people are afraid to communicate. They're afraid to take a leadership stance on issues that seem this taboo, this untouchable, this private, because there is a lot of backlash. Yes, people have reached out and told me that they don't think that what I am doing, they don't agree with my journey. It's okay. You don't have to agree with my journey. I don't have to agree with yours, but we can agree to support each other on our individual journeys. And I will bring you what I am doing, the results I am having, good and bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to bring it all to you so that you can begin to make an informed decision, regardless of what people around you are telling you that you should or should not do. You get to make your own decisions. That's leadership. That's connection. That's communication. We put the facts out there. You make your decision based on you, your body, what you feel is right, what the people that you are working with feel is right. For me, the step into bioidentical hormone replacement therapy came after trying so many things. And as I was trying them, increasing my protein, trying to pick up heavier weights, but not being able to pick them up, I literally was getting weaker. In my gym, I've shared this in previous episodes. They do an in-body scan, which tests your body mass index with your muscles, with body fat. It will measure each arm, each leg, your trunk. And my muscle mass was literally declining, even though I was doing, and I'll put in air quotes, everything right. I was eating the protein. I was lifting the weights. I was doing the zone 2 cardio. I was doing it all correct, but I was seeing a decline. And it was extremely depressing. My mood was so low, all-time low. I am a very happy, upbeat, outgoing person, but I found my mood and my energy being almost extinct. It was so hard for me to get up every day and feel tired all day. Literally, I would get out of bed in the morning and feel like I had not slept for 5 minutes. I was tired from the minute I got out of bed. The first thought over in my mind was, I can't wait till bedtime. And it didn't get much better during the day. Multiple naps, just trying to stay awake, staring at my computer screen or at my journal, trying to work on a project and being too tired to finish it. It was a very, very frustrating time in my life. I knew what I wanted to build. I knew where I was heading. I knew what I wanted to do, but I would get to the end of some days thinking, why can't I just stay awake? Why can't I just feel like me again? Why can't I feel amazing? And I started on this journey looking into bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, talking to a lot of people, and then finding this company, Joy Women's Wellness. I will link it in the show notes, as I did last week as well. And we did these tests, these hormone tests. And one of the things that was very low, many of my hormones, all of them were extremely low, especially my sex hormones, but my testosterone was very low. Most women feel optimal with their testosterone between 100 and 200. Mine was 15. And so I started looking into, well, what can replacing testosterone do for me? And what does low testosterone even do in a woman's body? Now, testosterone, we often think about as a man's sex hormone, but women have it as well. This was something that I learned years ago, and I just didn't realize that the role testosterone played in a female's body. Low testosterone can leave us with a low mood, low energy and motivation, anxiety, irritability, difficulty sleeping or staying asleep, poor concentration, brain fog, body pains, and hair loss. These are all signs of low testosterone. I'm going to read them to you again. Low mood, low energy and motivation, anxiety, irritability, difficulty sleeping and or staying asleep, poor concentration, brain fog, body pains, and hair loss. I had them all, every single one of them. And so we decided to optimize my testosterone. Now I'm 4 weeks into this. I take just 5 units. It's a very, very tiny, tiny dose. And already I am feeling a major difference because what it does is help to bring up different hormones, different things in your body, like norepinephrine, different um, serotonin, dopamine, and it doesn't cause serious health issues to take this hormone of testosterone. It just helps to increase the release and the production of serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine, which affects our mood. It affects our energy. These neurotransmitters help us to feel like us again. And we need all of these hormones in our body to feel our optimal selves. If your serotonin isn't optimized, you're going to have low mood, low energy, anxiety, depression. And so many of us are walking around feeling like, why do I feel this way? And there is help out there. 5 units a week. Now, in comparison, my husband, who is working with the men's side of this wellness company, Blokes, it's Blokes and Joy. He works with the bloke side. He is now taking 60 units of testosterone because men optimize out over 1,000. So he is taking 60 units twice a week, 30 units twice a week. And he will be sharing his journey maybe next week, the week after, openly sharing about his journey into this wellness space and the stigma that comes with a man saying, oh, my testosterone is low. But it is a natural thing to happen in our bodies as we age. And what happens is, as our testosterone drops, our muscle mass does too, which is why I couldn't lift heavier, even though I was trying to lift heavier and I was doing the weight training exercises, but I could not only not start to lift heavier, I wasn't even able to lift as heavy as I had been lifting. That was very, very frustrating. What I didn't understand was that as my testosterone was that low, my muscle mass was declining. I was irritable all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't get to sleep. I couldn't stay asleep. I wasn't resting when I was asleep. I wasn't getting into a deep sleep because without my serotonin being maximized, my melatonin couldn't maximize, which meant when I was going to sleep, my melatonin wasn't high enough. But if I took melatonin, then I felt like I was dopey the next day. It just was something I could not take personally. And so I started on hormone replacement therapy, including I chose an injection of the testosterone. There is a cream. I am not opposed to needles. To me, it was just easier to inject this 5 units once a week. And I didn't expect to see these results for weeks. I thought it would take quite a while, but it was almost immediate. Being able to sleep, the brain fog lifting, feeling like I was awake all the time, just having a new joy for life, waking up and feeling like I cannot wait to face this day. I cannot wait to do these things. I can't wait to read a book and understand what I'm reading. That was one of the things that frustrated me so much. I used to love to read, and then I found myself unable to read a book. I couldn't concentrate on a page to finish it, let alone the whole book. I have been reading voraciously. I can understand what I'm reading. I am comprehending it. I'm listening to people speak, people training. I'm going to training sessions, and I understand what I'm hearing again. The brain fog has lifted. And it is so exciting to look into the start of a new year with this renewed energy for life. It literally has been changing my life week by week by week to replace these hormones bioidentically with natural hormones in my body, testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. And I will bring you more information on this. I'm going to bring some specialists on. For now, I'm sharing my authentic journey with you of what I have been experiencing to be able to do a chest press. Now, for some of you, you're going to say, oh, that's nothing. I can do so much more than that. But for me, I was down to using 10-pound weights on a chest press. Last week, I started using 25 pounds in each hand again to do these chest presses. I could do an entire push-up on my toes, just one, but I haven't been able to do any, not even on my knees. I am able to lift heavier weights on a back fly. I don't know the exact names. I am on an incline press using 25 pounds in each hand. I am doing tricep skull crushers with 12 and 15-pound weights instead of my 5-pound weights. It has been such a fast progression to get back to where I was. Muscle memory is a real thing. I wasn't sure that my muscles would remember because it's been so many years of where I was to get me back to my baseline. And it has been much faster than I expected. And I feel so strong and I feel so awake and I feel so able to focus. The anxiety is lifting, the stress is lifting, the depression has lifted. It has been such a fabulous journey. My husband has been feeling the same way, just like this blanket that's been clouding our entire vision has been lifting. And I can't even put into words how amazing it is to not feel anxious all the time, to not feel depressed all the time, to not feel like I'm going crazy. I shared in an email last week. I used to hear some of my relatives talk about, you just wait when you're gonna feel crazy too. I always thought that they were just overreacting to menopause, or they just weren't ready for it. They weren't healthy enough for menopause. They weren't eating correctly. They weren't doing all the right things. I blamed them. How arrogant is that? I remember thinking, gosh, all you got to do is get up and take a walk. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. I thought if I ate right, if I moved right, if I did all the right things, I would breeze through and I would never have any issues. And then I hit perimenopause and menopause, and I thought I was going crazy. I picked up a skirt one day to put it on, and I had worn it 2 weeks previous. I was getting dressed for work. I couldn't zip that skirt. I couldn't pull it up over my hips. And I remember one of my coworkers telling me, it's probably that teaspoon of cream you're putting in your coffee each morning, like the flavored creamers. She said, it's probably that. You need to cut that out. Blamed myself, blamed the food, and it was the beginning of a very long and painful and dangerous journey, because blaming the food, blaming myself, I could feel myself slipping in and out of my eating disorder again, because I thought for sure, well, I must be eating too much. Well, I'm just going to eat less and less and less and less. It's counter. It feels like it's intuitive, but guys, it's really counterintuitive. It doesn't work. You're putting the blame, if we want to use that word, you're putting the reason, that's better, on the wrong thing. And now we get to look at, how do we then move through this journey, and how do we fix this? How do we feel good again? I felt like I was going crazy. I had this air quote, unexplained joint pain, hair loss, weight gain, brain fog, depression, anxiety. You name it, I had it. Loss of libido. I didn't feel like me at all. My entire shape changed. And I was told over and over again by medical professionals that this is your life. This is what that's the way it is. You're old. This is what it is. So you're saying, this is what I said to one of these doctors. So you're saying that my future is osteoporosis and heart disease and diabetes and high cholesterol and losing my hair and my joints aching all the time. You're saying that is my future. Yeah, you're old. That's what you have. I chose not to accept that. I chose to keep turning over the rocks until I found something that worked for me. And then I knew when I found it, I was going to share this journey with you. That's what a leader does. It's what a connector does. It's what a communicator does. And so I'm here sharing this journey. There are answers out there. Don't give up. If someone tells you this is all just aging and you have to accept it, run and run fast. Look into the company that I'm tagging or ask around in the area where you live, but don't give up. There is hope and there is help. Being able to focus and think and read and study and feel amazing all day long is so, it feels brand new to me. I don't remember feeling like this. I don't know that I ever felt this good. To get to the end of a workout and feel like that was awesome instead of, oh my gosh, I need a nap. When we know better, we do better. We share better. And so that's why I'm here. So what does testosterone have to do with it? Everything. It's all of these things together. It's not just the sex hormones. It's also looking at your thyroid hormones and your insulin hormones and all of these things that are running through our bodies and looking at us as a whole body, which is what this company does, which is what Joy, Blokes and Joy does, is they look at you as a whole person. And then they start to work on everything together to help you feel whole. It's not just the BHRT. It's not just the supplements. It's not just the way we're eating. It's not just the way we're moving. It's not just the way we're thinking. It is everything together. You are a whole person from your mind to your body, to your soul, to your spirit. And if we don't take it all into account, then something will suffer. It's time to stop the suffering. It's time to speak up about these things. I remember before I took that first shot of testosterone, I was terrified that was I going to start looking more masculine? Was I going to start developing facial hair? And I asked all those questions. No, not with the amount, not with that small amount. What we are doing is lifting the brain fog. We're lifting the veil on what it feels to be, what it looks like and what it feels like to feel amazing again. To have my hair start to grow in again. To be able to read a whole book. To be able to walk up steps and have my joints not ache. It's everything together. It is all of the hormone replacement I'm taking. It is all of the supplements that I'm taking. It is the being able to sleep and my mindset being more clear and more positive because I feel so much better. We're working together on all of it. Don't give up. Do not allow anyone to tell you that this is just the way it is. Keep looking, keep searching. I am here. I will put my email in the show notes. Email me, message me on Instagram or even Facebook Messenger. I am here and I am an open book. I will answer any questions that you have. And if I can't find the answer, I will find someone who does. Keep listening. We're going to keep talking about this. There will be some specialists coming on very soon. My husband's going to share his journey with you. Pass this episode out. No more suffering. No more feeling like you are crazy or totally alone. You are not crazy. You are not alone. We are doing this together. Your journal prompt today is this. How would it feel to wake up every day and feel like you actually slept? Journal out what would your life look like if you actually felt rested and in charge of your life again. I am Carrie V. I am your biggest fan. I love you. I mean it. And this journey would have been much easier for me to take in private because I had no idea what the results were going to be. But I also knew if I didn't share it with you, I would not be living my authentic journey with you, which is what I promised. So keep following me on this journey. Share it out. Let's get a revolution going. I love you, and I will see you soon.